Ever heard of a superhero whose power came from his hair? No, I'm not talking about a comic book character. Talking about Samson, a real-life figure from ancient history whose story is more dramatic than any blockbuster movie. Get ready, because we're about to dive into the epic tale of the strongest man who ever lived and the fatal mistake that brought him down. Samson's story begins before he was even born. An angel appeared to his mother, telling her she would have a special son, chosen by God for a great purpose. There was just one condition: he was to be a Nazirite from birth. This meant he could never drink wine, touch anything dead, or, most importantly, cut his hair. This last rule was the secret source of his incredible superhuman strength. And strong he was. As Samson grew up, his power became legendary. Imagine this. One time, he was attacked by a young lion and he tore it apart with his bare hands, just like that. Another time, he was cornered by an entire army of 1,000 men. Their plan was to capture him. Samson's weapon of choice, the jawbone of a donkey. With it, he single-handedly defeated the whole army. He wasn't just strong, he was an unstoppable force of nature, a one-man army fighting for his people, the Israelites, against their enemies. The Philistines. For 20 years, Samson served as a judge for Israel, a protector whose name struck fear into the hearts of his foes. The Philistines were desperate. How could they possibly defeat a man who seemed invincible? They tried everything: ambushes, traps, armies, but nothing worked. Samson always broke free, often leaving a trail of chaos and destruction in his wake. They realized they couldn't beat him with force. They needed to find his weakness. And that's when they turned to a different kind of weapon: deception. This is where the story takes a tragic turn. Samson, for all his physical strength, had a major weakness when it came to matters of the heart. He fell deeply in love with a woman from the Sorek Valley named Delilah. The Philistine rulers saw their chance. They went to Delilah and made her an offer she could unrefuse: a massive sum of silver if she could uncover the secret to Samson's strength. Driven by greed, Delilah agreed. She began to press Samson day after day. "Tell me the secret of your great strength." At first, Samson played along, giving her false answers. "Tie me with 7 fresh bowstrings," he'd say. She'd do it. Call the Philistines, and he'd snap the strings like thread. He then told her to use new ropes, then to weave the locks of his hair into a loom. Each time she tried, and each time he broke free effortlessly. But Delilah was persistent. She wore him down with her constant questioning, accusing him of not truly loving her if he wouldn't share his deepest secret. Finally, exhausted and heartbroken, Samson gave in. He told her everything. He confessed that his strength came from his uncut hair, the symbol of his vow to God. That night, as Samson slept on her lap, Delilah called in a Philistine to shave off his 7 braids of hair. And just like that, his strength left him. When she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you," he awoke, thinking he could escape as before. But this time, he was just an ordinary man. The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes, and threw him in a prison to grind grain like an animal. The hero had fallen. But the story doesn't end there. In that dark prison, forgotten and humiliated, something began to happen. Samson's hair began to grow back. The Philistines, in their arrogance, decided to hold a great festival to celebrate their victory, bringing the blind Samson out to entertain the crowds. Thousands gathered in their temple. Leaning against the 2 central pillars that supported the entire structure, Samson prayed one last time. He asked God for his strength back, just once more, to avenge himself for his 2 eyes. Then, with a final, mighty push, he brought the entire temple crashing down, defeating more of his enemies in his death than he ever had in his life. Samson's story is a powerful reminder that true strength isn't just physical. It's about integrity, discipline, and staying true to your purpose. He was the strongest man alive, but he fell because he compromised his principles for a moment of weakness. It's a timeless lesson for all of us. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, hit that like button and subscribe for more epic tales from history. See you next time.